guys, welcome to this one. I hope you're well. We're going to take a look at just getting around and how to use Visual Studio's code editor. Okay, so we're going to cover everything on this page and give you kind of a little bit of familiarity with this editor and how to get around if you've never used it before. So first up, this is just your getting started page. You notice that it may be different than mine. I have a little section over here that says recent, so I've actually opened up a directory where a project was. But over here you have the walkthroughs, and these basically kind of guide you through setting up Visual Studio's code for the first time. So I recommend going through that if you're interested, and it kind of walks you through how to get everything kind of up and running and customized the way you like. And it'll tell you different things you can do to help boost your productivity and get set up with the editor. To the left, you have the start area here, and this is the new file open git clone repository. You can watch some tutorials provided by Microsoft on how to do certain things. Over here to the right, you can split the editor. So if you click this key, you can split it, and you can split as many times as you need. So if you want to run code side by side, you want to do a comparison, or you want to do something and then see something on the other side as a result, this is a nice feature to have. And you can close these just by clicking X. Beside it, there is a contextual menu here. It just drops down. It shows you all the open editors. You can close all. So if you have a bunch of things open or a bunch of editors, there's keyboard shortcuts for that. You can close and save. You can keep this editor open. There's a lot of things that you can do. And going through the editor and right-clicking on certain pieces in the editor, certain states, it will actually give you some more context around what you can do. So for instance, over here on the bottom, we have what's called the status bar. So this will indicate any warnings, any errors. To the right, you can give some feedback. So if you wanted to tweet out feedback to the guys who make this, you can do that here. Over here, there's notifications, and these notifications are dependent on what you have installed and what extensions or things are giving you indications that it needs your attention. To the far left, this is what's known as the sidebar. So here you'll have things like extensions, you'll have run and debug, you'll have source control, things you can search for, and Explorer. So if I click on this Explorer for now, I'm going to kind of open up a folder. So I'm going to just jump to a folder that I have with something inside of it, just to give you a glimpse of the actual editor window. So let's just go down here into something like, say, routes, web. And over here, this will be your editor window. So this will be like what you see and what you're currently working on. Up here's the tab, which indicates what file or thing you clicked on, so you can see what's going on over here. So that's the Explorer. And over here, there's like a mini map, so you can enable or disable these things. Everything is highly customizable, which is great. And once again, depending on what you're doing, notice that the status bar does change. It becomes contextual. It shows you what is going on and what you can do. And certain things still say the same for notifications, but this status bar is highly contextual to whatever it is that you're working on. So let's just close this up. And the keyboard shortcut for closing any kind of sidebar would be Command B. So you can do that. Also notice that the tab or title has changed because we opened up a project called blog. So you can see this here, and some of the contextual items are still down here as well. So an interesting command to know is show all commands, which is what's called the command palette. So if you were to hit Shift Command P, that would open up the command palette. And this is where you can do some customizations or search for things or look for any items or things you want to customize inside of the editor. I always kind of cheat and use this one, FN F1. So I hit the function key and F1. It does the same thing. Now let's take a quick look at what panels are. So I'm also going to use a keyboard shortcut, and this will be Control and the tilde. So when you click Control tilde, this will open up a panel. And there are various panels, once again, for different things. So here's a terminal panel. So that command, Control tilde, is just the key below the escape key on the Mac, will let you open up the terminals area or a panel. And panels will have similar, if not the same functionalities as the editor panel. So notice that we can also split here. You can delete, you can have this contextual drop-down menu that shows you different things. You can switch between shells and configure the terminal settings. So this is nice because all these features are all built into the editor. So you don't have to go anywhere. You literally can just be in one place, focus on what you're doing, and add things as you need depending on the language or the project that you're working on. So let's close this. One of the first things I like to do is I like to open up the command palette. So we'll say, for me, function F1 or Command Shift P, that works as well. and I just type in like autosave. So I like to toggle autosave on, and this is in the settings. So you can always, hit this as well as hitting command comma, and this will bring up your settings. And autosave, I think by default is off. I like to just make sure on focus change it's on. So if I'm working on something and I change focus, I switch a tab, or I move from one place to another, it'll automatically try to save whatever I'm working on. I recommend you have something like that on because, things happen. And if you're working and something happens and your editor closes and you didn't save it, then you know what happens, right? A little bit of disappointment there. If you ever want to open up a new instance of Visual Studios, you can use the Shift Command N key. So Shift Command is a shortcut and opens up a similar instance, and it shows you what I was working on recently. In this case, it was blog, and this is the directory that I hold my projects, and it kind of gives you the same welcome screen, unless you check this off by default, okay? So remember that command if you want to open up an instance, because you might want to be working on multiple things at a time, and depending on the extension you have or what you're doing, this is like another option to getting there. If you're like me and sometimes you just want a little bit of minimalism, you don't want a lot of things on the screen, you can always right click these contextual menus here and you can pick what you want. So whether you want the search visible or whether you want source control or whatever, at the end of the day, it's up to you. Once again, Control B will get you to close that. And you can always, return them or check them back on, make sure that they're working. And you can always hide the activity bar. You can hide the status bar. I would recommend getting used to the keyboard shortcuts because that way how to bring things back up if they're missing, because once they are removed visually, you're going to have to use something like the command palette or the settings to bring those things back. So if we type in bar, it will show you what we've kind of toggled off. We can toggle back on the workbench bar to make it visible. We go down here, we could toggle on the status bar and bring that back, and we can close that. So note that this interface is really customizable, and depending on what you're doing, you can add all sorts of features and things to this. Okay, on the bottom left, these two icons, so you can sign in with an account, so you can create an account and sign in. Over here, this is the same as settings. This is where you can do some, theming, and you can also, find some icon themes and suggestions to make your editor look a little bit better. If you ever want to toggle this to full screen for complete focus, you can hit Control Command F, and that will bring you into full screen mode. And if you hit the command again, that will bring you back to the windowed mode. And note once again, each area over here inside of the activities panel has its own keyboard shortcut. And then in this case, I'm going to say Command Shift D, and that will bring up the debug area. Command B to close that. And then I'm going to go Shift Command X. That brings up the extension area. I can use Command B to close that again. If I want to show the search, I will use Command Shift F. That brings up the search. And to close, Command B again. And for the Explorer, I can use the keyboard shortcut Command Shift E. And Command Shift E will bring that up and allow you to explore your project. And Command B will also close that as well. Okay, let's open up our editor real quickly. And let's just open up something like this again. And if you want to close a window, something that's open, if you hit the Command W key, that will close that window. If you want to quickly open a file, if you hit Command P, you can quickly search and look for a file. Let's look for api.php, and that will quickly open that file. So you can search by using the keyboard shortcuts, or you can visually look inside of your Explorer and go into your editor project and find those things. As you get more proficient, you'll find that you'll be using these shortcuts a lot, and you'll be, quickly contextually searching for whatever it is that you're looking for. Okay, I'm going to close this, and I'm going to close this. Okay, and that pretty much covers the interface, everything you see here when you first open Visual Studios. I've added a few things by just going to a project, but note that, just to summarize, the editor is the area where you can edit your files. The sidebar, this is the area that contains views like Explorer, Search, Source Control, whatever pops up here, whatever is added to your editor will show up on the sidebar. The status bar will be contextual and show you statuses of things that you're working on or whatever you're manipulating. And you have the activity bar over here, and also panels. So depending on what you're working on, panels will show up below your editor, and it'll help you guys work on things or add extra functionality to the editor. So that's it for this one, guys. I hope you found that useful and you learned something new. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave your comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.